If you want to up your sourcing game this fall and be more in the know with what the fall fashions are, this video is for you. I feel that women's clothing can be especially challenging. The trends are constantly changing. There's so many styles and brands to know. So maybe if you are like me and knowing what is always trending and in fashion is not your forte, then I hope this video will be helpful for you. For my research for this video, I pulled from various sources, various fall trend reports. One that I really love to follow is the Poshmark Fall Trends report that they put out every fall. And then I also pulled some items from other various sources as well. I'll also pull up some solds on eBay to show some examples of recent solds in each category. I find that doing this research helps me recognize items out in the wild that maybe I didn't consider picking up before. And so I hope it can provide some value for you as well. Poshmark says one of the things that will be trending this fall are studded bags. I remember having a studded purse in high school, so it's always funny to see these trends come and go. Apparently, studded bags are back. And I know this one's pretty self-explanatory, but just to give you a quick example, this is what a studded bag would look like. So as with any of these trends, if you are selling an item that falls within this category, make sure to use the word studded as one of your keywords in your listing, and that should help your item sell. Here are a few more examples. Here is a Fossil shoulder bag. It sold for $28.85 plus $7.95 shipping, and it just has the studded detail right below the strap. Here's another example. It was a vintage Michael Kors bag. They accepted a best offer. It was listed at $45. So anytime you are outsourcing and you come across a bag with studs on it, it's probably worth taking a minute to look it up and see if it's going to be a good fit for your store. The next women's trend that Poshmark mentions are bangles, as in jewelry bangles. I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to show examples. Jewelry is definitely not my strong point. We don't sell a lot of it. I'd like to learn more about it. But I do see the jewelry grab bags all the time at our local thrift store. So if you are a jewelry seller, it's good to know that bangles are in right now. I'm sure there are some jewelry experts watching this, so comment below if you have anything to add, but just know bangles are trending this fall. Next up are wide leg jeans. I feel like this one is no secret. These have been trending for a while now. For the most part, when I am outsourcing, I am looking for wide leg jeans. So here are some quick examples for you. Here are some Zara wide leg jeans that sold for $25 and $8 shipping. Mother is a brand that I love to pick up. These sold for $100 plus $6.99 shipping. And even these Old Navy wide leg jeans sold for $17.99 plus $8.59 shipping. So Old Navy is not generally a brand I pick up. But sometimes if you come across a brand that's not as desirable, but it's in a really trending style, sometimes those pieces will surprise you. Just make sure to use those keywords in your titles to help the item sell. Pilcrow is an Anthropology brand. Here's the tag, so you know what to keep an eye out for. These ones were listed at $44.95. They accepted a best offer and they charge $8.70 for shipping. Another trend that we'll be seeing this fall, according to Poshmark, are distressed Moto boots. I feel like this is a really good example of a distressed Moto boot. It was the brand Fry. That's no secret that Fry is an excellent boot brand to sell. These sold for $45.95 plus free shipping. And here is a larger picture for you so you kind of know what style to keep an eye out for. Here are a few more. These are Sonora women's boots. They sold for $85.50. And then some more Fry. These Michael Kors distressed Moto boots sold for $30 plus $10 shipping. So again, just make sure you include those keywords and use these trends as a baseline to help you recognize maybe what items to look up. But remember, sell-through rate's always important as well. So double check that sell-through rate for the specific item that you are looking up. The last women's item on the Poshmark report was cropped trench coats. I feel like cropped shirts and coats have been popular and trending for a while now, but here's some examples just to let you know to keep an eye out for. This Ann Taylor double-breasted cropped trench coat sold for $37.95 plus $8.70 shipping. Here is another cropped trench coat, kind of the same style as the last one. It's Ralph Lauren, sold for $39.95 plus $7.99. And then here's one last example. I feel like this is a really good example of what a true cropped trench coat would look like. So I will zoom in on this one. And a few other fall women's trends that I was seeing pop up all over in my research included skirts, especially denim skirts, the color red, and leopard print, which is supposedly different than the cheetah print that trended a while ago. So here is an example of leopard print on a purse, just to kind of give you an idea of what to keep an eye out for. Okay, for the men's fall trends, we have workwear jackets. So these are characterized by the collared design and the zip closure. And this is probably the classic iconic example of a workwear jacket is, of course, the Detroit Carhartt, and this sold for $85 free shipping. Of course, there are other brands out there as well. If you come across a jacket that has the similar vibe as this, consider looking it up and make sure to use that word workwear as a keyword in your title. Next up are vintage baseball hats. I think these sell well all the time, honestly. Here are a few examples. Vintage 90s Chicago White Sox hat sold for $35 plus $5.95 shipping. This is a vintage Arizona Diamondbacks hat sold for $28.95 and free shipping. I can attest to this. We love selling hats and we've sold our share of vintage baseball hats. They do really well for us. Next up, our sweater vests. These fall into that grandpa core aesthetic that's really popular right now. Grandpa core is an awesome keyword to use if it fits for the item you're selling. Here are a couple examples of a grandpa core vest. This one sold for $16.99 plus free shipping, so not huge money, but if you pick it up at the bins for $1, that's still a great return. This is a vintage Argyle sweater. They use the keyword grandpa core old man golf in the title, and it sold for $19.95 plus $8.70 shipping. And if you're lucky enough to come across some really unique, bolder colors and designs in your sweater vest, they can bring in some really good money. This is an unbranded vintage sweater vest. It sold for $69.99 plus free shipping. And here's another one that sold for $99.95 plus free shipping. Check out that really cool, unique design. And this one was made in Scotland, pure wool. So of course that adds value as well. But if you are at the bins, do not discount sweater vests. They are definitely trending this fall. Anything in that grandpa core aesthetic is trending, so keep an eye out for items that fit that. The second to last item are mohair wool crew neck sweaters. And if I am being completely honest, I did not know what mohair was before I did this research. So if you, like me, are wondering what is mohair, it is a fabric or yarn made from the hair of the Angora goat. Both durable and resilient, mohair is lustrous with high sheen and is often blended to add these qualities to a textile. And compared to sheep wool, mohair is much softer and it also has a notable sheen and luster. So let's look at a few examples on eBay solds. So this public school men's sweater sold for $148.88. Let's take a look at the tag. And this one is actually just a blend. It's 100% merino wool and 50% mohair. And this Marni mohair pink ombre crew neck sweater sold for $224. Here is the tag. And it looks like this is actually a blended textile as well, 67% mohair. So this is definitely probably one of those items that's going to be harder to find out in the wild, but it's good to be aware of. It can bring in some great money if you know what you're looking for and if you're lucky enough to come across it. And for the last item on the trends report was Salvage Jeans. And I don't know if these would really constitute a trend per se. I feel like these are always trending. Salvage Jeans just have an innate value that is associated with them, but they were included on the report. This is taken from the Gustin website. If you are not familiar with Salvage Jeans, it literally is like a self-edge. You can see here, this is salvage, and then this is non-salvage. So when you are picking up denim, definitely check for that. Salvage generally denotes higher value and can bring in great money, another keyword to include in your title if your jeans are salvage. Hopefully this video added some value for you, helped you recognize a few things that are trending to keep an eye out for that maybe you weren't aware of. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below if you like this kind of content, if you find it helpful. I hope you are finding success in your reselling ventures, and I will see you in the next one.